Williams, host and creator of what? Hip Hop 50th. And yes, it is Friday again. The creator, God, Allah, Yahweh, whoever, whatever you call them, whatever you think it is in your spirit, gave us 52 of them according to our Gregorian calendar that we use. Yeah, 52 weeks. So we get 52 Fridays. And this is just another one, as DJ Khaled said. I just want to say good morning to everybody and just, I don't know, man. You see in the title and the description, another precious moment on this organic earth. That's what this is, man. I'm actually downtown on the south side of Chicago. I guess this would be the south side of downtown. And this, you know, that skyline you see, that's live. It's not AI. That's why I teased in the title, another precious moment on organic earth. I've had conversations with people in the past, and I said something really radical, and they just laughed at me. They chuckled. They say, damn, what? Yeah, I've been telling people for years, like probably the last 3 years, that they're going to have to record all of this. All of this is going to have to be recorded. Now, I've revised my more immediate use case for them recording this, but they are actually going to record. They're already recording it, so it's not like they have to. But I did have an extreme case. I was saying to myself, or I was saying to some people that I talked to, that if you look at all of the buildings like downtown or anywhere in any metropolitan city, and you see the beautiful women throughout the day, every day. Today, Friday, if you go downtown in any metropolitan city and you see the beautiful women, they come into work, they're downtown, they're moving around. As they walk by the glass panels of all the buildings, especially like places like New York and definitely Chicago, they use the mirrors of the glass to check how they look, how they walking, their hair, their curve, their ass. They do. Look at them. Watch, just observe. I don't have to say that to you guys because you already know. But just make an observation. Just be walking somewhere, any place that has buildings or whatever like that, and watch as women walk by, how they use the glass as mirrors. And I was telling the guy and a couple people, I was like, what's gonna happen is they're gonna start selling mirrors to these buildings with actual cameras in it. Yeah, they're gonna record that level. And you say, well, now you're talking crazy. No, it's not because it's a little after 6 or a little before 7 a.m. I've been out here since 10 after 6 or around quarter after 6. Sunrise was at 6:13 in Chicago today. It was a little cloudy, but there's the sun right there. The place that I initially went to see it, the gates were still closed at that beach. So that's why I wind up down here at the Alder Planetarium to just take it in. And what you see over there right now is just that beautiful look. Tokyo in the house. All right, let's see. Chicago, New York. Yo, hello, say hi. Chicago, definitely. Definitely Chicago. Yep, that's what this is. Yep. And that right there, that's why I say, if you have, let me zoom in some. If you guys ever come to Chicago, I'm telling you, it is beautiful. And it's not just beautiful, the aesthetics. It's so much to do. That's all I can tell you. And I mean, it's so much to do, even though I'm segueing off, I'm going to get back to how they're going to have to record this and my radical statement about all that and why I put it in the description, enjoying another precious moment on the organic earth. The reason I say that in terms of its beauty and so much to do, because it's just simply the truth. For every ethnicity, for whatever your taste palette, whatever your palette is, whatever turns you on, you can find it in Chicago. And Chicago has the space to enjoy it. Chicago is not this dense, compressed, I can't breathe, excuse me, let me by. No, 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 no. Chicago is New York expanded Take a dry sponge, take a sponge that's been vacuumed, and then you just let it out the vacuum, let the air hit it, and you hit it with some moisture too. That's what Chicago is. If I have to, use that as a parallel, as a synonymous to New York, because I lived in New York and I love New York. I still do, but it was tight. It was a tight fit. It was a tight fit for everything. Chicago has the space, man. It has the people. It has the coloration. It just, I don't know. I can just go on and on. And this is without weed. This is without edibles. This is without alcohol because I don't drink. And to prove even more how much I'm telling the truth, I haven't even had coffee yet this morning. And coffee for me is mandatory. In fact, I don't even answer real questions until I have coffee. Now, here's a principle of photography. Everybody that's walking down or running down right now, they in a silhouette. You can't see them. It could be kids, it could be pets, it could be women. They could be naked, they could be fully clothed. It doesn't even matter. It's just a silhouette of them. Why? Because a basic principle of photography, and you guys already know this, I'm just tripping. A basic principle of photography and videography is if the light source is behind the talent, in this case, this young lady that's walking down right now, you see on the sidewalk, it creates a silhouette. That's what it does. It creates a shadow of the object in between me, the lens, and the light source. Now, after she goes by, if I turn the camera that way, you can see coloration, you can see different things like that. But everything that's in between me and the light source is silhouette. Serbia! Shout out to Serbia, Serbia and chill. Okay, yeah. Sup, David. That's how I be saying that shit, David. To the homies. I'm in Chicago now, but when I go to the East Coast, like I go to Harlem, or I go to Baltimore, or I go to Philly, anywhere along the East Coast between Harlem and DC. Not so much DC, but let's say Baltimore, Philly, Jersey, definitely Manhattan or Harlem, really, more specifically. That's how I talk to the guys. Man, I be like, sup? And they hear the what's in there, right? It's like AI we train. You feel me? Yeah, but I'm just telling you guys. Yeah. Guten Tag, Guten Tag. I don't even know how to say that. Nick Trick, what you talking about? Or how you say it? Bravo. Bravo. I gotta look that up. I gotta put that in my chat GPT, man, and get a better sense of that. Nah, but let me finish tripping for a minute, right? Again, first of all, let me say thank you coming through, stopping through. Good morning to everybody in whatever language that is. The reason why I say they're going to have to record this, the earth, and that is already recorded, but what they're going to do with it is, fast forward right now. Let's fast forward. Y'all ready? Just trip out with me for a second. I know it's too early. You're not as intoxicated and drugged up as you might be later on the day. But if you had some good coffee, or you had some good loving last night, or this your payday, in other words, you got some reason for that dopamine to be just dripping and dripping and dripping and releasing and releasing and releasing this damn early at 6:49 in the morning. Here we go. When they finish building the robots, and they make the robots that can make robots. Listen to what I'm saying. When they finish building robots that can make robots, that's what they're going to send to the moon. That's what they're going to put out in space. The space colonies or the moon. I don't know about the moon because as I'm hearing it, and I got to do my research, the moon is rusted out. Rusted is not the correct term, but whatever the scientific or astronomical or astronomy term is, the space term is for rusting. They said the moon is kind of rusted out. Like you might not want to build an entire city on the moon. Cool, but we got space, right? And the reason why they're going to record or take what they recorded as they recorded of the earth is because this experience on earth will be provided to us on another planet, on a space station, on the moon. I know I sound crazy. I'm telling you, I don't have no outstanding wants. I ain't smoked nothing. I don't eat no edibles, and I don't drink. I ain't even had coffee yet. So you guys are getting the conservative version of my extreme radical thought process here. But if you just fast forward the idea of it, oh, okay. I sub Guten Tag is German, Zdravo is Serbian. Thank you, Nick Trick. I appreciate you, man. I do. I do. I do. See, I am normal. See how I came back and thank Nick for subbing and I sound normal. I'm just giving you guys, I would pass that test if they pull me over. And drugs, alcohol, skin tests, I pass it. Anyway, I'll let that go. Why am I saying that? A friend of mine put me down with a term yesterday. We was talking, and I was asking him, I know I'm not an artificial intelligence or AI evangelist. Am I an apostle? What is this edge that I'm trying to be on? What is this interest in this energy that I have about artificial intelligence, the tools, the resources? What is it that I'm doing when I'm trying to kind of invite people to become aware and literate and adopt some practices or identify some utility and use cases for artificial intelligence? And he says, well, it's more like an apologist, you know. You're not really selling it, but you're just matter of fact in it. And then in some ways it comes across, or it may come across, that you're inviting people, but it's not like you're selling it. You're just kind of defending or representing or matter of facting what's here in that spirit, you know. So now I'm gonna sound really crazy or sound like I read 3 lines or something. So last night I said, well, okay, let me look up and do a little research about what an apologist is and some renowned apologists. Now, contextually though, for this country. So Saint Aquinas, yeah, Aquinas, Saint Aquinas, something like that. I'm just saying something like that, right? Oh, look, see the woman right here? See the beautiful woman running? Now I'm gonna turn this way. As she runs by, everything's dark. I'm back to my basic principle of videography and still photography. If you want to take pictures or shoot video and you want to create that silhouette effect, put the light source, which is the sun, over there, and put your talent in between your light source and your lens, which is my phone, and everything just naturally goes silhouette. That's why when people say, oh man, I can shoot some B-roll or get some stock footage or whatever, you can. You can, as long as you don't have details of people and it's not really showing, you know, that Billy's 5 and he's eating candy and it's stuck on the side of his mouth with his hair glued to his nose and all that. You good. I'm telling you, you good. Anyway, that's why I bought the domain AI Apologist, because my boy put me down with the term. So in the coming days, starting today, starting this weekend, starting next week, I'm just going to be really pushing. And I learned a new term this morning. I'm trying to say it more than once. Beseeching. I just tiptoed and stuck my finger out. You can't see me. Beseeching you guys to become aware, to become literate, and definitely adoption. That's right. Later on this morning, I'll be doing some Salesforce stuff, and I'll be using Python. I'll be using Power BI. I'll be doing some things inside of an IDE, an integrated development environment, PyCharm, to get to do some productive work. Yeah, it's going to be great. You know, I'll use a couple AI tools to do some other things. We all know that OpenAI's ChatGPT has invited us, or we welcomed them into our living rooms, our bathrooms, our kitchens, our attics, our cars, our gyms, our grocery stores. ChatGPT is right there. If you noticed, You don't use Google as much. When the last time you heard somebody tell you Google it? That Google it? Yeah, think about it. See the lady running by? Silhouette, really no details. I could put her in the video. Why? It's no details. It's all silhouette. But yeah, the Google thing. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get ready to let you go. I appreciate. I do need some coffee. I'm tripping. But look at this beautifulness that whoever the creator is or was still exists. This is the skyline right here from the side of the Alder Planetarium straight across in Chicago. And as I say, man, God should charge for this. That's what I'm telling you. He should charge for this. But he does, if you think about it. God or the creator, whoever, they have something called the rewards program. And you say, damn, this dude tripping. What are you talking about a rewards program? The reward is I get to come out here, get some free vitamin D, because everybody's short of vitamin D in the Midwest, Midwest, because it's just, it takes it out of you. So you need that sun. The other thing is you get the ambient sound of the water hitting the banks right here. You get this beautiful skyline. You get these wonderful birds going by. You get beautiful people running by, walking by, conversations. And then, I get to act like I have an idea of what I'm talking about. Like there might be some facts tied into what I'm saying, what I'm thinking. Again, going back to what I said. They're recording. They're going to have to record all of this because this experience is going to have to be shown and exposed and given to people somewhere else at another time, way beyond my comprehension. Anyway, guys, enjoy your Friday. Thank you for stopping through. Every time I go live, you're going to get sick of it, but I encourage you guys, take a look. Look at something dealing with AI. Look at one of your tools. ChatGPT, you think you knew about ChatGPT? Go back in ChatGPT. Look at what was called for a minute advanced voice. It's now called ChatGPT voice. That's what it's called. Don't look for advanced voice mode no more. Just look for ChatGPT voice. You can go into ChatGPT voice and say to ChatGPT, hey, I'm about to interview for this company. I'm going to copy and paste a link to the About Us website of that company. I'm going to copy and paste the mission statement. So you could do the text or you could do the link on that company. I want you to interview me based on what that text says on this web link or this specific web page or this copy and paste text that I'm giving you about this company. Interview me. And I want the interview, so you want to contextualize it. You want to prime it. You don't want it to just give you the generic, I'm the first interviewer guy. No, you want it to dig deep. I want you to ask me about the company's core values, its mission statements. Maybe if I'm applying for a tech job, I want to get a sense of what type of website this is, right? What technology they might be using based on what ChatGPT can identify of the technology that's involved or the type of website that this is. Maybe the platform is built on. And then the ChatGPT will start asking you questions because now you contextualize, you primed it. You're saying, hey, I'm applying for a particular position. Here's what I'm saying, guys. This thing is deeper than what you think. Don't just use it to take the place of Siri. Don't just use it to take the place of that other talking thing in the house. It's way beyond that. We're somewhere else with these LLMs. We just are. So I'm gonna give you my top five AI tools for voice dubbing, for sound, copy and paste text. You want to produce a sound. You want to be able to choose different personalities, different languages, different dialects. 11 Labs. 11 Labs would be my go-to for that, okay? in terms of information, finding out about things, being able to have something provide you information back, maybe through audio as well as video. I'll say, hey, you can just use the Chat GPT. You can use Google's Gemini. If you want to make a quick little short out of video, text to video, Google release Veo, that's VEO. If you want to do something in terms of coding assistance, just to understand some code, some snippets of scripts or different things like that, Anthropic's Claude, and then Perplexity, of course, gives you the same thing Google would as a search. Perplexity to me is like a hybrid between Google and ChatGPT, because it goes out and gets the stuff, but it gives you the sources, and it puts it together and presents it to you in a way that you might be like, oh, hey, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty dope. So you know, it's a gang of stuff out there. But if you want to get a sense of how they're rated, the popularity, how they're scored, meaning the large language models, the LLMs, the AIs themselves, go to a website called Humming Face. Yeah, like, yeah, some of y'all might be saying, man, you sound like a humming face. Yeah, Humming Face. HUMMING. Go to Humming Face. Humming Face is like it's almost like a portal or GitHub or whatever you want to call it when you get there. But that's where they kind of put it at, and they start scoring it out. You can also go to a website called LM Arena. LM, like L, the letter L, M, the letter M, Arena, ARENA, or something like that, AREANA. So I can't spell, but you get what I'm saying. So those two websites I'm gonna hit y'all with, LM Arena and Humming Face. Humming Face, you're going to be surprised when you get there, because those 5 or 6 large language models or chat bots or whatever you want to call them that you think you know about, you're going to go over there and see 10 of them was released yesterday from other companies, other sources, other knowledge, other code bases, other developers. You're going to be like, damn, I didn't know it was this many. Yeah, it's plenty. It's plenty. LM Arena, they're going to give you the scores. They're going to give you the ratings. They're going to give you the most popular. They're based on different things, though. Their ranking and scoring and this is what it is based on totally 2 different things. So if you go to LM Arena, you're going to get different information about these LLMs, these chatbots, these releases. You go to Humming Face, it's going to give you more informational. Here it goes. This just got released. These people are nobody. You ain't heard about them, but you will. That's what I'm saying. Think about it like this. If you guys are familiar with the company Anthropic, who created Claude, the CEO of Anthropic is Dario Amodei. That company, Anthropic, did not exist 6 years ago. It didn't exist. This is 2025, we're going into 2026. It did not exist prior to 2019. And now it's a crazy over billion dollars company. I'm not talking about the money or the opportunity. I'm talking about the technology, how fast and how far it's come. The thing to note is, just to give you a little tidbit of information that I heard, read, and just, be up on. If you look at Sam Altman in OpenAI, Elon Musk, as well as Dario Amodei, the CEO and founder of Anthropic, they both was with OpenAI. Sam Altman is Dario Amodei's former boss or partner. Elon Musk was over there with Sam Altman at OpenAI. It's crazy. Listen, it's the modern day story of Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and the guy Wozniak back during the Apple Microsoft days. It's that story. It's just that you guys just was born yesterday and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And you shouldn't know what I'm talking about. It doesn't even matter. The point is, have a wonderful Friday, man. I'm out. Peace. It's your boy.